So, this is the parking lot where I first saw him. He was panhandling, and he came up and asked me for some money. But I was in a hurry. I had to get film school. So I quickly grabbed some change and gave it to him and rushed in the store. While I was shopping, though, I couldn't help but think about this guy, and there was something about his appearance that really got me. So I came out the parking lot and I thought, I'll see this guy around the area sometime soon. As I was about to turn the ignition in my car, I saw him standing right in front of me panhandling this really big guy who I thought there's no way he's going to give him any change. But the guy patted him on his shoulder, gave him $1 and walked off. And at that point, Michael leant in his crutches and he stared up at the heavens as if asking, what am I doing here? Despite how much I was feeling at this point, I started my car and left. I got about 2 blocks and I was so moved by this experience that I started to cry. And I thought, I've got to do something. I've got to make a film about Michael Alexander. And so this is it.
If you have an overly populated society, who the fuck needs a handicap around? Who needs it? Nobody needs me. There's no need for me at all. What does it say in the book of the games people play? A handicap isn't supposed to make it within our society. In England, what does it mean to be a handicap? In Japan or China, what does it mean? You're not supposed to screw the boss, are you? You know what it means to screw the boss? It means to have something chopped off. You understand what I'm talking about? You can't bullshit with me, and I'm not bullshitting with you. So we can just drop the case right there. That's all that means. Because in England, it means you've done something. And if you want to play that game, then apparently you aren't an Englishman. I was taught very well. Sorry.
By who?
By the government. I've been 86th out of 3 movie theaters. I mean, it was the fact that I had a place to go where it was inside, where I wasn't out on the street. I didn't have to sleep on the sidewalk. I didn't have to sleep on a bench. I was sheltered, whether if it was raining, if it were cold. I didn't have to be bothered with what was going on. I didn't care to stay on the mission because of the fact that you have your rights taken away from you. You can't drink, you can't smoke, you have to be in bed. There's no TV. You have your radio, but then again, you got all these poor people, and they're doing is ripping everybody off. And who needs to be put in that type of an environment where you have no rights? I only woke up a few times with my pants down, having been raped, you know. And then I took a guy to the movie theaters, And he said, oh, yeah, I'm cool. And then he started acting stupid, and I wake up, and I have no clothes on. And I say, what the fuck am I doing on the floor? Who needs to play a game? They're making the people feel like dirt trash. That's why I won't accept living downtown, nor will I accept the way of this society. They can charge people with electricity. Lightning doesn't strike for no reason. I was almost struck by a lightning bolt, okay? They can turn my radio off also. They can do all kinds of things. So they can put me to sleep. They can make me tremble. They can make me drop down on the ground. They can kill me.
Who's they? You can tell us. Who's they?
Well, you have big business. You have, high technology, high crime. And when you start really dealing with a lot of that, you come into a selective section of your society. I think we should cut all this because none of it should be said.
No,
Stop it. No. Wait, you don't understand. Look, I'm not who you think I am. And there's nothing I can say about the situation I'm within. But this is not, nor should it be on camera.
Yeah, no,
Stop
this is
it.
okay.
Bill, I'm serious. None of this is necessary. I'm talking about high crime and high technology. Cut all of it. I would stay in Santa Monica, but then again, they found out where I was in Santa Monica. I don't know who it is, but they keep trying to find out where I'm at, and they keep ripping me off. I care not to be bothered with them, but for some unknown reason, my knapsack and my radio are very important to them, and they just want to continue taking advantage of me, only to say that I don't steal, and all I do is say, pardon me, my name is Michael, I'm trying to acquire $1 or any amount you'd feel appropriate. It's the most intelligent conceived inquiry I could possibly think of.
Michael Anthony Alexander is 28 years old and homeless. For the last 3.5 years, his nights have been spent in porno movie theaters downtown, his days in and around the Santa Monica area of Los Angeles. 9 years ago, Michael ran away from his foster home. He has been homeless and living by his wits ever since.
Excuse me, sir. May I ask of you? My name is Michael. I'm trying at this time.
I don't care.
Okay, thank you very much. Take care. Hello. Excuse me. Thank you. Excuse me, sir. Hello. Hi. May I ask of you? My name's Michael. I'm trying at this time to acquire possibly $1 or perhaps any amount you'd feel appropriate within your discretion. I'm not within a religious organization or a cult. This is for my own personal self. If you'd like to oblige me within my asking of you, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so kindly. Good day.
97.1 Los Angeles. Classic rock for Southern California.
Excuse me, sir. May I ask of you? My name is Michael. I'm trying at this time to acquire possibly $1 or perhaps any amount.
I don't have anything.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have an extra $1.
Okay, I do, thank you. I'm not within a religious organization. This is for my own personal self. If you
understand, but I just don't have.
Okay, thank you. Hello. Excuse me. May I ask of you, sir? My name's No Español. Ah, sí. Por favor, un dinero, señor.
¿Un dinero?
Sí.
Tengo cheque.
Oh, muchas gracias.
In all of the season's hottest fashion colors, we've got sweats for the entire...
Taking a little donation today?
Yes, ma'am. My name's Michael. I'm not within a religious organization.
Yeah.
This is for my own personal self.
Right.
If you'd like
God
to...
bless you. You take that, and I hope everybody out here gives you $1.
I thank you so
Yes,
kindly.
and wish you a good day.
Good day. All right, we got some money. Oh, getting a little
I
money
first
here.
saw Michael at 7-Eleven, and he came up to me in a somewhat constructed English accent, asked me, "Excuse me, sir, could I trouble you for $1 at this time?" Which I I loved. I thought that was quite a straightforward way of asking for money, particularly here in Santa Monica with the number of panhandlers that we have. It is difficult to be original, and he was quite original. And I said, yeah, it would be my pleasure. And gave him $1, which he was quite grateful for. Went into the 7-Eleven, went back and got himself a bottle of beer, and I went back myself, and he had enough money for 2 bottles of beer and asked me if I wanted one, which I thought was quite generous of him. I said, no, thank you, but thank you. And he got himself a straw, and I didn't see anything of him for some time thereafter. But that was how I met him.
Beer! The only reason for beer is to break down my system, to relieve the waste, the solid waste out of my system. That's the only reason I douche my asshole, because I don't really care to pass, what would you say, gas that would be odorous or offensive. I do this because that way I can take and I'll show you something. You see, when I ride the bus, I can open them up without anybody being disturbed. And after I finish, I twist them like this, as I did on the bus the other time you saw me. And I twist it and I put it back in my knapsack. And that way I don't leave trash on the bus. So it makes everybody a lot happier that way. And I don't look like an idiot, and nobody else feels stupid.
It's important to be forward-minded with one's perceptions of the world. So I thought, well, Michael, you are utterly defenseless there with your straw. I will teach you how to make money on the phone. So, with the age-old adage that one gives a man a fish and he eats for a day, and one teaches a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime, I thought, well, I'll teach this man my business. I'm a stockbroker, and this is my sword. So I employed him to do phone solicitation, and it was quite an experience because ultimately he, I think, was not capable of focusing on the objective, which was to get invitations, but more interested in these people as people. And I would find him, you know, in the midst of a 10 or a 15-minute conversation about some other topic. He would usually be drunk, and it would take him a while to come around. And he was prone to, thank God, outside of my pleasant company, epileptic fits. The way he got around that, I think, is drinking. I think drinking is self-medication to a certain extent. And that, just to round out the other thought with regard to other people here in the office, made things very uncomfortable for a lot of people. I think people are made uncomfortable by black people. I think people are made uncomfortable by one-legged people. And I think people are made uncomfortable by homosexuals. And when you roll all that up into an alcoholic, it really made them uncomfortable.
They feel I shouldn't drink beer, but then again, there's a chemical reaction. Only to say they're eating meat, they're eating fish, they're eating sausages, they're eating all the others, steak, whatever it is, hamburgers, hot dogs. And when you break it down, I pretty much don't eat that, but I drink a considerable amount of beer to grant an equilibrium. It's a convenience that I enjoy within the regards of getting away from the, trials and tribulations of what isn't really necessary to be dealt with because of the fact that the people aren't needed. They're not needed. You see, you have enough people. You're in an overly populated society. So why should there be homeless people? Why should there be people begging or asking anybody for anything?
One of the major problems that we're looking at trying to get Michael essentially on the welfare rolls is he had no driver's license. He had no birth certificate. He had nothing that said Michael A. Alexander on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Sorry about that.
The big problem that comes in trying to get a driver's license is having a residence. And it's kind of difficult to get a residence if you don't have any form of income. And it's kind of difficult to get somebody to retain you in a job if you don't have a place to stay to wash up. So it's kind of a vicious set of circles that, you're never sure which one's attacking you next, but you just go around and around and around. So first thing that I tried to do was to get him a driver's license, and I used this office here at Payne Weber in Santa Monica as his address. The whole process from beginning to end took about 18 months, and the bottom line, unfortunately, is he still can't have a bank account. Because he didn't have a local address, they wouldn't allow him to bank. So I had to run him through my own checking account. I mean, even if you have a birth certificate and a driver's license and a check made from the federal government to you, you can't open an account unless you have a residence that they can send confirmations to. And you can't use a business address to live at. So, and this was my own banker. He was a real idiot anyway. And I guess that raises probably the quintessential point that we have here today, and that is that all of us could easily be on the street, and anybody that forgets that's not thinking.
Ronald Reagan is against this totally, but we shouldn't mention him or Nancy. They might get upset. What do you need to look pretty for? Aren't there enough niggers on the streets? Don't you get it? That's happening purposely. They don't need those people. They don't care about them. They're not needed. It's just a way to eliminate the people. You have so many more of them being produced. Where are you going to put them? They're not needed. They would like to know how many people are within the household. They would like to know the ages, the relationships. They would like to know all intake of monetary stability on all levels, whether you pay for water or gas or electricity or heat. And after that, you have to wait for them to evaluate the forms. They grant some allowances of being questioned, and there's a work program. Pardon me again, but if you have only one leg, it's different from having two legs, but let's exclude that, let's excuse that disappointment. I am receiving at the present time, fortunately enough, $590 from Social Security. Disability. $590 is okay, but it takes a little bit more to live as I'd like to live. My idea is about $5,000 a month, but getting back to, seriously. Well, $5,000 a month would grant the understanding of paying for 2 cars, as well as insurance, as well as an apartment, or a condo, or a house, as well as paying for all other payments. That would be appropriate, that would be constitutional, as well as all allowances to do as I would like to do. I've dealt with the welfare offices, and I've dealt with some other offices, and it's just gotten to the point that I've said to hell with all of them. Fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'll do this, and that's the way I'll live. I can't give you the answers. All I know is that there are regalers, okay? Controllers. Regal means to control. There are regalers, and they are aware of me. and they control the situation, the circumstances. Okay? The positions I'm placed within are outside of my control in all senses of my being able to get a job, my being able to live in an apartment complex, or to live in a house, or to live in Santa Monica, or Bel Air, or New York, or any place. My whole life is controlled. The controlling factors of my life are all outside of my control. I act in the way I act because it is necessary for my survival. I don't want to be downtown in LA. I don't want to be downtown in Washington. If I've got to panhandle, I panhandle. If I've got to do it, I do it. But it's my freedom that's at stake. Whether it be with 2 legs or 1 leg, it's my freedom. And they can't take that away from me. I'd like to see the smooth. Hello, excuse me. May I ask, are you still having bargain matinees?
Yes.
Until what time?
Until after the show.
Until what?
2:30 show is the last bargain.
The 2:30 show? Okay. I'll be back.
Okay. What's wrong, man?
Don't think I walk down the street without turning my back and wondering whether or not somebody might just grab me. You have to be careful. There's a lot that's underground that I can't speak about. I just can't drop names. I can't go public with any of it. You have to understand something. See, I have to explain this to you. Okay? I really have to explain this. This shouldn't be on tape. You've never asked me about any of this, but there is a world out there where we're being threatened on levels where, it shouldn't be on tape. Don't you understand what's happening? Turn that off, David. When I say the family, doesn't that make you understand what I'm saying? Pasta, spaghetti, pizza, bread, doesn't it make any sense?
Okay, yeah.
Come on, what's wrong? Don't you understand? It's the family.
You're playing a game with us.
Stop it!
Saying they.
Stop it! Don't you say that. I am not playing a game with anybody. Don't ever! Don't ever! I'm serious, Chris, I love you. Don't do that to me. Okay, thank you very much. Likewise. Bye-bye. Thank you.
She had reservations for 2 weeks. And then...
Oh, have you two been over to Catalina?
I've been once. She's never been.
It's a great place.
Time?
Oh,
Love it.
man. I took all the different tours. I stayed over there once for 2 nights.
Yeah, I stayed for a weekend once. 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're not
That'd be nice.
serious. Okay.
While on board, no sitting on the rails or climbing up on any of the life clubs. If you need any assistance or anything, be sure you ask one of the crewmen on the deck.
Wow, that's great. Look at that. Oh, right. That's fantastic.
Catalina is one of the places Michael visits to break away from city life. If he has saved enough money, he will stay in one of the hotels for the night. Although Michael rarely eats on the mainland, here he has a favorite dish of scallops and French fries. After taking the various boat and bus trips around the island, he goes to his hotel room, takes a shower, and beds down to a night of beer and TV.
You want to know who I am? You want to know who I am? There's no way I can really work around it. But it's not like I'm just some idiot on the streets, okay? My leg wasn't chopped off unpurposely. At age 18, you're street legal. I knew that a long time ago. At age 18, 1976, my leg was chopped off. It wasn't chopped unpurposely. Don't you get it? At age 4.5, I was adopted. I was in a governmental institution, and I was chosen by a dignitary as the name of Florence Davenport, and I was taken to Maryland, Montgomery County, and I resided with her other children. She had 2 children of her own. And she resides on Moncaster Mill Road. She was born in 1904. At the present time, she's about 80 years old right now, if not older. I'm happy. I'm really happy to see my mom. I'm very appreciative. I'm happy that you all had the opportunity to get to meet her.
Michael was a very timid young boy. When I say timid, these other 2 boys, I used to say, take Michael outdoors and rumple him up a little bit. Make him tough, make him boy. And so then when he went up there to that school, the boys were so, rough, cursing going on, because I never have heard Michael say a curse word in my life. And when he went up there, he cried, he said, Mama, I want you to take me out of that school. I'm afraid. And that's the only thing I've always regretted, that I didn't take him out. Because I said, Michael, you have to learn to be with people and just get away from them and hit them back. Well, see, this wasn't his makeup.
My true mother's name is Gloria Jean, MS Gloria Jean Alexander. And for some unknown reason, supposedly my true father's name is Mr. Tom Baker. Mr. Tom Baker. And I met both of them at about age 11, and I resided in Washington at that time. My foster mother, Florence M.S. Davenport, we sat down and we talked at the kitchen table, and she granted me the understanding that my true mother wanted me to live with her, and she came and brought me back to Washington. And I resided with her for about 2 years.
Did you like them?
I had no qualms. I was into my own life, my own self. So for as much as I could relate to their world, if there was something not attractive, I wouldn't associate with it. I care not to speak about them in the regards of their own personal states of consciousness, because of the fact that I don't think that would be appropriate or proper.
Did you ever go back to see your mother again, your real mother?
She passed away.
What happened?
She was taking heroin into her system. I saw her injecting whatever it was into her system. I saw a man take a gun and put it up to her head, because he wanted some money for something. I don't know what it was, but she said she didn't have it. And he was ready to just, blow her away. And I was sitting in the same room, and I saw all that. Okay? I was a great kid. Nobody knew about it, but I was a terrible kid. I skipped school. I guess I was having too much fun.
What were you doing?
I smoked pot.
And?
Well, we were just having fun.
What does that mean? What were you doing?
We were just having fun, really. This really shouldn't go on tape. Okay, it was like, we took acid, PCP, we drank, we did the whole trip, okay?
I guess it got too much for him in the school. I went up 2-3 times, you know, and they said he was, you know, good boy. But then he would take off with the boys that were sitting out in cars. You know, it's to run away from something. It's better to get away if you're afraid. So then he started on this stuff, and then that's when he had this.
It's called marijuana. It's called marijuana.
I call it stuff.
I had just turned 18. It was our bicentennial year, 1976. And I was street legal, 18 years old. It was about 2 weeks after my birthday. And I was released from my job at McDonald's. And I was hitchhiking to see a friend in Frederick, Maryland.
My husband said to me, "Oh, why are you going up there? Don't walk, hitchhike and walking. Something will happen to you." Well, of course, some boys come by and picked him up, and he went on. He took him a certain place. Then I guess they put him out, and then he flied the ride. Well, he was standing in the strip when he was hit. And this fella that he was going home from the service, and he went another way, and he turned around to come back and come across the inner strip and hit him.
There was an individual who came by, and he saw what had happened, so he stopped, and he tied a tourniquet around my leg. This is what was told to me because I was unconscious at the time. And I was taken to Frederick Memorial Hospital, and I, after having been x-rayed and viewed there supposedly, I was flown by helicopter to the shock trauma unit in Baltimore, Maryland.
They called me from Frederick and said that he was in a hospital, and this was 9 o'clock at night. And I was up in Frederick. By 10, I was up there. And when I got there, the ambulance attendants said that was there when the ambulance attendants took him away, said they had never taken anybody off the road in that shape.
They didn't know whether or not I was going to live or die because there was supposedly so much of a blood lossage in the tissues that they had to amputate because they stated that the leg would not have been of any use to me because of that fact, that there was so much of a blood lossage. And I awoke in the hospital and I said, "What am I doing here?" And I said, "Oh, I'm getting out of here, I didn't know what had happened." And they called the medics to hold me down because of the fact that I was really going to try to get away. I didn't understand what had happened. And they restrained me. And I think I cried because I didn't really believe what had happened.
He was so good with his legs, and he danced so well. And sang, beautiful. But it upset his whole system when he got this accident.
There was one play that I was in when I was in high school. Mr. Bumble, I played, it was Oliver. And I played
Oliver
Mr. Bumble.
Yeah, he was good. He was excellent. Everybody liked him.
You mean I'll never be able to ride my bike again? I'll never be able to dance again? I'll never be able to run, My lawyer wouldn't grant me the $5,000 out of the lawsuit.
Well, see, why we didn't want, not cutting you off, why we didn't want you granted the $5,000, we wanted to buy you a little car to get around in, and then save the rest and give you so much every month, so you would have some money. But see, you didn't want it that way. And so then you had to take it all, you see. It was your money, but it was going to come to you every month. from the bank. Not nobody, we wasn't gonna handle it. But of course you was upset. And naturally you were upset. Because you don't, nobody, your nerve system is upset.
Yes, I understand. The medicine that they were granting me within the regards of supposedly being an epileptic, it was only to shorten my lifespan. It was to kill me. It wasn't good for me. There was an article that I had on it that was supposedly to more or less shorten my life. Over a period of time, if I had kept taking that medicine into my system, I would have died. Okay?
Michael.
I'm sorry, but there's not a damn thing wrong with me. People who have epilepsy, they go up and down, you know. You know why you have wrinkles on your forehead? Do you know why that happens? They beat upon your forehead. They just play with people.
Medic 49 response 1329.
That's good, right there. Okay. Hell of a lot comfortable, isn't it? Yeah. All right.
Tonight they're going to find out why you haven't been eating and everything.
Okay. All right. Let's put a sheet over you.
Okay.
Is that comfortable there? You need the pillow up more? How's that?
He's concerned about how he looks, that guy.
If Michael had just stayed right, I would have had somebody today. You know, I can't go and do the little things I like to do. So this is the time I could use him. And when he lost his leg, he lost his life almost, you know. And I was looking for Michael for the support that I would look for him to come in, you know, and put his arms around me and how you mama and this. And this is what I miss today.
I traveled out here whenever the opportunity presents itself. With church groups, with just friends, even alone, just by myself. Just to get away from everything. To listen to my radio, to read, to be alone. About this time of the year, the leaves are starting to change color. And you see a squirrel or two here and there. Bees can be pesty, bothersome. It's a very nice place, really. They have police that patrol the area. The consuming of alcoholic beverages is not to be condoned, to be quite honest. I have no friends here, I have no relatives here, and I exclude myself in all regards because I do not care to be a part of this society. I do not vote, I do not care to be a part of any activist movements. I'm not within any religious organizations either. I stay alone.